Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rise. We're back here in my favorite filming spot location because guess what? We have that German luxury sedan that has performance that just keeps on giving all 12 months out of the year. Is this vehicle right here. This is a 2023 updated Audi S6. But before we get into this quattro all-wheel drive twin turbocharged performance luxury sedan, let's talk about what's going on here. Audi. It's that iconic German brand that really has some big major hits in their lineup. You could look at the Audi R8. You could look at the RS series of vehicles from the RS6 Avant, which is one of my favorites, the TT RS, and then of course the plethora of all the other vehicles that they brought over the years. Now, remember, Audi is the one that brought all-wheel drive through their Quattro system to the World Rally Series, and they continue to bring it into their production cars to bring that performance, but to also bring that safety of having ultimate grip. Now, in this size of segment of sedan, when it comes to performance luxury vehicles, there's a lot of competition. You got cars like the Blackwing coming from Cadillac. You got the BMW 5 Series, obviously Mercedes-Benz and their whole E-Class setup. So what I want to find out is, should you buy this as your brand new luxury performance sedan, or maybe should you go BMW 5 Series? I don't know. We're going to find out together. Let's go ahead. Let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, the color. This Aero Gray Pearl really is unique. It's like a bluish gray. It's not Nardo Gray. Nardo Gray, one of my favorite grays, and really Audi bringing that style of gray to the auto industry, kind of changed it up a little bit for 2023 with this Arrowhead Gray. Really interesting how it's a blue-gray balance. Now, at the front of the business, I absolutely am always stunned with what Audi is bringing headlight design and performance. You have your LED turn signals and daytime running lamps, full LED headlights, and remember, they developed this technology at racetracks. Maybe you've heard of it, Le Mans, the 24 Hours Le Mans, with a lot of night racing, developing that technology for their race car and bringing it to the street car. But I like the way there's just a little bit of silver, everything else is blacked out, and look at how the turn signal flashes. It's not like your typical vehicle. Working your way down, we have that favorite word that starts with an F, functionality. Flat gray and finish. I'm so glad they didn't just gloss black the heck out of this whole front end. So you have this flat gray, and then you're also gonna have this flat silver. So the black with some of the gray accents, especially along the bottom portion, being all flat satin, really have a nice finish to it. And of course, you're gonna be bringing air, not only for the air curtain that helps channel that air through the side of the vehicle, but also for the heat exchangers, because we got that twin turbocharged power plant. Now, when we come across the iconic grille of an Audi, you're not going to confuse it with any other vehicle. Other brands have tried to imitate and copy it, but this is the OG. We have our optional blacked out badges, the Auto Union badge. That was the 4 German brands that formed together during the World Depression. You do have a forward-facing camera, that open mouth grille design, a little bit of gloss, a little bit of flat, and everything just looking oh so good. And the way that that little lip splitter, that's that flat satin gray, just slides from one side to the other, really gives it a nice, distinct, sporty look. And when you get up onto that long, low-slung hood, just like most German brands are gonna do, it's just clean style. You have one rise, a rise on the passenger side, and everything else super clean. Now, one of the big changes, besides color and some of the other doodads on the front, are gonna be the wheels. We have the optional new 21-inch wheels. Love the way they did this spoke design, even the way they added this texturized element to it. And I'm so glad, thank you Audi, it proves that you can have a sexy silver wheel. Something other than black. Let me know how you feel about it. It's bright metallic silver with the darker gray accents. We have not a 2, not a 4, not a 6, an 8 caliper. It's as big as Ronald McDonald's head. I mean, this looks like his head, this bright red with the S badging. Remember, S is that sport, because it goes A6, S6. Unfortunately, there is no RS6 sedan. If you want an RS6, you have to go Avant, which is the wagon, and trust me, I'm okay with that. That's the way I would go. But definitely massive two-piece rotors, taken right off of a race car. We have our adaptive dampers, all four corners, and then like I mentioned, Quattro. Even though it's an Italian word, we got our Quattro all-wheel drive system that's gonna get the power to the ground. Remember, it's rear-wheel drive base, but it's gonna send power to the front wheels to claw at the asphalt. Now, when we come down the side, there's that crisp, clean fold. It's like you're staying in a high-end luxury hotel, and they fold the sheets nice and crisp down the side of the vehicle. You got gloss black on the mirror caps, that great LED technology. And then of course we're gonna have a bit of a panoramic size sunroof. I like the way, look, they blacked out the whole roof. Thank you, Audi. Look at how nice that looks. Some of the other brands like BMW and Mercedes, they just paint the black and then they don't paint the back portion. Like WTF, you run out of paint? We got the paint up top. You have gloss black around the window treatment. And then look at the way they did that nice indentation on the lower sill area. Looking good. Coming towards the rear, if you're running with Joe, what kind of size tires? 255 on the width, 35 series sidewall. And then of course, coming around back, the S6. The S stands for sick. Super, sick, and sexy. You have a nice functional trunklet spoiler, just enough to spice things up and give us a little extra downforce. They do the same thing with some gloss black from passenger side all the way to driver's side. And then look at the freaking lighting. Just like the headlights, Audi does an amazing job. Come to the center, we got our blacked out badges. S6, when you see the red, that means we got extra performance. And you got the Auto Union badge. And then let's take a look at this exhaust. I'm gonna look inside. Looks good to me. We got that functional exhaust, oval opening with the aluminum finish. Nice, clean diffuser, my zonk. No fake vent, Audi, come on. You did good up to this point. Get rid of the fake vent. Just make this piece come to here, or this piece come down to here. One or the other, but with the quad tip exhaust, this thing looks nasty. Let's go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's powering our S6. All right guys, we got the hood popped. You do get those hood struts holding the hood up, and then look at what Audi has added. This great looking engine cover with the Auto Union badge, a little bit of red because it is an S, and you'll see the bracing that they did at the firewall on the back portion to stiffen things up. But it's not just about the cover, it's about what's underneath it. What do we got? It's a 3-liter twin turbo V6 pumping out 444 horsepower, 443 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic with that Quattro all-wheel drive is gonna give us 0 to 60 in about 3.9 seconds, quarter mile in 12.4 at 113 miles per hour. Top speed is 155 miles per hour. MPGs, 18 in the city, 28 on the highway, and the vehicle weighs 4,472 pounds. Now, comparing this to a Blackwing, you're gonna get your doors blown off. Because remember that Blackwing, the CT5V Blackwing, has that 6.2 liter supercharged V8. And we can't even compare this to an M5. So that's why when I say 5 Series, we're not talking about the M5. But we do have twin turbo, we do have Quattro all-wheel drive. So let's fire it up and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside this 2023 Audi S6. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I want to be like Jason Statham. Jason Statham is my favorite action movie star. Transporter, I could watch that movie 278 times because I actually did. I did it all in 1 week. And I want an Audi, and I want a performance one just like he had. But how much is this? Very good question. The way that this one is optioned, and it's got a lot of goodies, including those 21-inch wheels and the paint job, you're looking at an MSRP right at $91,000. Let's see how it stacks up to the competition, to the door panels. I love Audi interiors. You have the leather up top with the stitching, the carbon fiber style material, and some nice fresh aluminum style trim throughout. There's some Alcantara right in the center, and then the armrest with that red stitching pops so nicely. In that door pocket, you could easily fit 4 Bavarian cream, because we're in a German vehicle, Bavarian cream filled donuts from Krispy Kreme, and we have the Bang & Olufsen sound system, premium sound system at every corner of this vehicle. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, same story. The stitching, the clean design. The one thing I have to zonk is the amount of gloss black, because in sunny Florida, this creates some Florida glare all over the place. You can't see it right now because the sun is out, but you do have ambient lighting throughout this whole interior, and it just starts on this area and comes all the way around you. Coming on in, what do you have? Nice integrated infotainment system. So if you're sick of the iPad style, you're sick of, infotainment system that you have to hang from the ceiling in the vehicle, these are nicely integrated. You have a little bit over 10 inches up top. Google Maps, look at how clear that is. You hit the home screen, nice, responsive. We could go into our vehicle settings. This is where you could go into your Audi Drive Select modes. You could go into your seat controls. Very easy to figure out. Of course, we're keeping it dynamic because that is basically what sport mode is. You'll notice that with the suspension, it actually lowers the vehicle to give it more aerodynamic and more stability, or you could do individual preferences, which are really nice. Throwing it into reverse, backup camera, they could increase the resolution just a little bit, but still looking freaking good. You hit 3D, there we are sitting here, kind of cool. You hit it again, you can spin it all different ways, and I like the way they have the 360 camera. Working our way down, you have a little bit over 8 inches of full touchscreen for your AC. So if you're looking for knobs and switches, like physical knobs and switches, they don't give you many, and that's gonna be a zonk because it does get a little fingerprint intense in these areas. You could shut off that auto start stop, raise the rear screen in case the paparazzi are chasing after you, but it's nice to have the dual climate. You do have 3 stages of heated seats, but no ventilated seats. What the heck? WTH, I need ventilated seats at $91,000. You do get an actual volume knob. You got your start stop button with a little red, and then you have the leather perforated on the shifter for the 8-speed automatic. Probably the smallest shift boot in all of the auto history, but they do give you some red stitching. Little bit gloss black intensive. 2 cup holders would be nice to have a lid because it kind of just, I don't know, cheapens the experience just having the plastic cup holders. Obviously a 12 volt. The leather is really premium in feel. Nice red stitching. Open this up, you got wireless charging, 2 USB-Cs, and a place for 1 Twinkie. Plus you have the official Audi polishing cloth, which I'm telling you right now, you're gonna need that for all of this gloss black and screens and everything else in here. As I accidentally turn on the sound system. There we go. Wait, hold on. Audi told me I have to do this. Okay. So here, 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 and here. The Audi badge must be showing before you put it in this area. And this is Alcantara on the inside and the outside. And then these seats, these are sexy. 1-piece backs with the S badging stamped in there. Love all the red stitching, great bolstering, full electric assist for the passenger and the driver. And you have this oversized sunroof, 1-touch operation, and hold on one second, we don't have red seat belts, but we have red trimmed seat belts. That's worth an extra 2.5 horsepower. If they were all red, it would be 5 extra horsepower. But why don't you get your butt over here? I got a flat bottom steering wheel with the S badge on it. I want to show you. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have 2 memory seat settings, a nice aluminum sill plate that lights up full LED at night, a pedal box right out of an Audi race car, nice large aluminum dead pedal, brake pedal, and throttle. Seat controls also have a little bit of aluminum finish to it. And then you have this multi-position. Well, this thing's a freaking beast when it comes to your rear lumbar. Seats are not too much on the squishy side that are gonna squeeze you, but nice amount of bolstering. Could be a little bit better on the bottom, especially if you're gonna try to imitate Jason Statham on the public roads. Steering wheel, perforated leather all the way around. Nice flat bottom. Feels good when you grab onto it. You have that Auto Union badge with the Audi grille, the S badge at the bottom, and these nice paddles. I just wish they were metal behind the steering wheel. Electric tilting and telescoping wheel, and then you got that virtual cockpit that Audi is known for. Graphics so clear. Look at the way you got your Google Maps in there. And then of course you could go through different information to have in the center, which is fantastic. And just by the push of a button, you're able to adjust everything so nicely. And there's a head-up display. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat and see where your passengers are gonna have the ride of their lifetime in this S6. All right guys, backseat time, and this is where the S6 really lays the smack down on the BMW and also on the Cadillac CT5V Blackwing. I mean, just a ton of room back here. You do have those nice shades you could pull up to get the sun off your face, or like I said, if the paparazzi's chasing you, to get that camera action off your face. I love the backs of the seats, the leather, the one-piece back. The one zonk are these cargo net things, because Jason Statham loves collecting daggers, and he wouldn't be able to keep his dagger set back here because it would just rip right through that. You do have a nice command center with rear AC, nice dual climate controls, even the blower fan speed. But once again, only heated seats, no ventilated seats. That's a zonk at this price point. 2 USB-Cs, and if you're wondering, well, Joe, why is this so high in the center? This is the tunnel for the drive shaft because of the Quattro all-wheel drive system. Now, sitting back here, I feel comfy. I even have AC vents up in the frame rail, and you can see that right on the driver's side, looking good. Same exact seat pattern, and I like the way the seats even have a little bit of bolstering back here, so I'm not throwing up, sliding around in the back seat. Well, I wouldn't throw up, maybe you would throw up, but whoever's sitting back there, there's less chance of them vomiting. Pull this bad boy down, not the softest, but there's a reason why. Open it up, you got enough felt lining in here to where you could put your AOL disc collection. You know how AOL used to send us those startup discs? You could keep those in here because one day they're gonna be worth millions of dollars. You'll be able to retire. Open that up, 2 cup holders, close that up. Let's get into the trunk because I'm ready to go on throttle in this S6. Right, guys, this is gonna prove that you don't have to go SUV. Even if you went luxury performance SUV, there's nothing like a sedan because your center of gravity is gonna be so much lower. So let's see what you got. You hit the button, nice electric assist. You have about 16 cubic feet of space, nice low cargo floor, way deep on the interior of the trunk. And then Audi has given you that ability to fold down the rear seats to give you even more space. We have the official Nordschleife box of Twinkie holder right here, required at every racetrack, especially the Nürburgring. And you do have a 12 volt on the passenger side. And of course, we lift this up. And what are you gonna get? You're gonna have an actual spare. So even though it's a performance vehicle, they do give you the spare because it's not called an on purpose, it's called an accident. Sometimes when you get a nail in your tire, but I'm gonna hit that button. If you're ready, I'm ready. I got the keys and I got all day. So let's go on throttle in this S6. All right, guys, we're in this 2023 Audi S6. I have it in dynamic mode, which remember is that highest performance mode out of the bunch. I have it in manual shift, which you're gonna take the shifter and go into that S shift mode and then push it over to the passenger side. Right away, I love the interior in these Audis that I always have, and I have a feeling I'm gonna like the driving on throttle experience. But if you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go, yeah! Here we go. Like the sound coming into the cabin. Fast shift from that 8-speed automatic on those massive brakes. Here we go. And And it's great because the shifts are fast up and down the 8-speed. Nice grip. All right, so let's talk about what's going on here. Definitely very planted. The Quattro system sends power from the rear to the front. The torque vectoring, all of the great technology and engineering behind Audi's all-wheel drive system is fantastic. I would like a little bit heavier steering and one that provides a little bit more feedback. It just, I don't know, I wasn't getting 100% confidence in what the front end of the vehicle was doing, even though I had tons of grip. And then, of course, sound. It needs to be a little bit louder. I know this isn't an RS6, but even the RS6 needs a little bit more sound on top of that. So those are some of my changes that I would like to see in the S6. But the 8-speed automatic, it's not a dual clutch, and it's very fast shifting, very smooth, and the paddles are a great size. I just wish they were made out of metal. Visibility out the front is fantastic. You don't feel like you're driving the size of vehicle that you are. You feel like the vehicle it feels smaller in a good way when you're driving. And then of course you got plenty of room in here. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit more power. I would like to see about 500 horsepower out of the twin turbo V6. Of course, if you go RS6, not only are you getting that badass wagon shape, but you're also getting twin turbo V8 power. But the torque delivery, because it is a twin turbo, is very smooth, and these seats are so supportive and very comfortable as well. When it comes to the dash, the graphics are clear, easy to read. I would like an option to take the tachometer with the gear indicator and put it smack dab in the center like you can with an RS model. But let me downshift here. Second gear, first gear. We're gonna go on throttle again from a dead stop. We have to, right? I mean, that's what Raiti's Rides is all about. But if you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. It does put you back in the seat. On those brakes. Good initial turn in. I would like to be able to get a little bit less body roll. I think that's another thing that's just affecting me from having as much confidence as I would want to have going through the twisty bits. But since this is not an RS model, I don't know how much we can fault it. I mean, you got to keep your expectations in check with the trim that you're driving, but at $91,000, I would like to see, when you're in dynamic mode, less body roll and more feedback from the front of the vehicle and the rear. But still a blast to drive, and definitely has all of the right pieces for a performance luxury sedan, especially one coming from Audi. All right, guys, one more time for you, definitely one more time for me. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. I love the pop and bang you get in between the shifts, that's for sure. On those brakes. But as you can see, just a lot of body roll, too much that I am comfortable with. But still feels pretty good. Definitely puts a smile on your face, that's for sure. As you can tell from mine. Hopefully this has been able to give you a great overall feel of what this vehicle is all about. We're gonna get back to where it all started and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. Oh man, oh, these are the days that I enjoy having Raiti's Rides to share with you. This Audi S6, definitely one heck of an on-throttle experience, but we gotta thank everybody like Nathan over at Audi USA for allowing us access to this press fleet vehicle. Let me know what you think. Has Audi found the proper balance between horsepower and performance and that luxury feel in a sedan, or are you gonna go with BMW? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. Of course, we need to give it up to Lori Gibbons Raiti, working that camera like a champ. You know what? Her favorite Audi is a manual transmission Audi R8 because she loves rolling through those gears as much as I do. Show us some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for being a badass. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.